Hello guys, today in this video we will discuss the origin and definition of rhetoric and three terms associated with it, and simile, metaphor, allegory, fable, parable, which are figures of speech based on similarity. So first of all, let's discuss the origin and definition and three terms associated with rhetoric. The term rhetoric is originated from a Greek word rhetor, which means a public speaker. So, it literally means the art of public speaker or speaking. Rhetoric is the art of speaking or writing effectively. That is the definition given by John Webster. And according to Aristotle, rhetoric is the ability in each particular case to see the available means of persuasions. He described three main forms of rhetoric. They are ethos, logos, and pathos. In order to be a more effective writer or speaker, we must understand these three terms which are associated with rhetoric. The ethos. Ethos is an appeal based on the character of the speaker. An ethos-driven document relies on the reputation of the author. Logos is an appeal based on logic or reason. Documents distributed by companies or corporations are logos-driven. Scholarly documents are also often logos-driven. Next one, pathos. Pathos is an appeal based on emotion. Advertisements tend to be pathos or driven. In this part, we find that the term rhetoric is originated or has been derived from a Greek word rhetor, which means public speaker. So, literally rhetoric means the art of public speaker or speaking. And the definition given by John Webster is rhetoric is the art of speaking or writing effectively. But according to Aristotle, rhetoric is the ability in each particular case to see the available means of persuasions. That means from these both definitions of rhetoric, we find that rhetoric is an art of speaking or writing to persuade somebody or somebody about something. And Aristotle also described three main forms of rhetoric. They are ethos, logos, and pathos. And if anyone wants to be an effective writer or speaker, he or she must understand these three terms. Ethos. First one is ethos, and here we find that ethos is an appeal based on the character of reputations. That means this appeal associated with ethos is relies on the character of speaker. That means this type of document or ethos driven document always depends on the reputation of the author or the speaker. Logos. This is also an appeal based on logic or reason. For example, of logos are documents distributed by companies or corporations, and even scholarly documents are also a unique example of logo-driven appeal. Pathos is an appeal based on emotion that and the advertisements that we find on television or other audiovisual instruments are examples of pathos. Next, we will discuss the other parts of this section. They are rhetoric. Rhetorical appeals can be achieved through visual information structures, that color, graphic, image. Visual information structures includes how a text looks on a screen. This is achieved through the appearance of such things as the titles and headings. That means the titles and headings that we find in different kinds of books, not only different kinds of books but also the advertisement on TV. That is visual information structure, and through this also rhetorical appeal can be achieved. Color. This includes the color of the text, background and graphics. The contrast of the colors of each of these items is also important. That means through colors of a text, background or graphics also rhetorical appeal can be achieved. Graphic image. This includes the other information in the document aside from the text. This is achieved through such things as icons, buttons and photos. That is graphic image. Is outside of the text that we find in a text, books or any kind of advertisement. The text, that means the content is without content. The icons, buttons and photos that are used in different kinds of advertisement or books are graphical images, to which rhetorical appeal can also be achieved. Now we will discuss the figures of speech based on similarity. That is a section of rhetorics, and these figures of speech based on imagination, similarity, can be classified into 5 parts. They are simile, metaphor, allegory, fable, parable. First one is simile. What is simile? The definition of the simile is: the simile is a figure of speech in which there is an explicit comparison between two essentially dissimilar or unrelated objects or concepts through the use of like or as. That means there we find a comparison. That comparison is explicit comparison between two different objects, and the comparison is made explicit by the use of the words such as like or as. Examples of simile is from Oscar Wilde, and the example is keep love in your heart. A life without it is like a sunless garden when the flowers are dead. In this example, we find there is a comparison. The comparison is between heart and the garden, and between love and sun. And this comparison is made explicit by the use of the word life. A life without it is like a sunless garden. Next one is metaphor. Metaphor is a figure of speech which makes an explicit comparison between two unlike things without the use of like or as. Metaphor is a figure of speech in which we find a in this case, or in case of metaphor, we find a comparison between two unrelated objects, but the comparison is implicit, not explicit. Why? Because there is no use of like or as. So the comparison between two unrelated objects or different objects is remain explicit. For example, if music be the food of love, play on. That is taken from William Shakespeare. And in this case, here also we find a comparison, that is music and food. But the comparison is implicit because there is no use of like or as. So the comparison remains implicit, not explicit. Next, we will discuss Allegory. Allegory is a figure of speech in which a detailed comparison between two unrelated objects is made with a moral undertone. That means in allegory we find also a comparison that is detailed between two different objects or subjects, and through this comparison we find a moral lesson. Allegory is a figure of speech in which a detailed comparison between two unrelated objects or subjects is made with a moral undertone. What is the difference between simile or metaphor and allegory? The basic difference is the comparison in case of simile or metaphor is short, but in case of allegory that is detailed, that means long. For example, Spenser's The Faerie Queen, Swift's Tale of Hugh, and Gulliver's Travel are some of the best known allegories in English literature. Fable. The word fable is derived from the Latin word fabula, which means a story, and a derivative of the word fairy, which means speak. So, we find that fable is a literary device or a figure of speech that can be defined as a concise and brief story concerning rational elements intended to provide a moral lesson at the end. That means fable is a figure of speech in which there we find a concise and brief story by using the rational elements, and the intention of this story is to provide a moral lesson at the end. For example, The Fox and the Crow by Aesop's Fables, Animal Farm by George Orwell, The Rime of the Ancient Mariner by S.T. Coleridge are some of the best known allegories in English literature. Sorry, they are fables, not allegories, fables. And next one is parable. Parable is a short narrative that has an implicit but detailed analogy between its external outline and its inner sense or lesson, which is conveyed by the narrator. Fable is a short narrative, and there we find an implicit but detailed analogy or comparison between its external outline, that means its external lesson, and its inner sense of lesson, which is conveyed by the narrator. The example, the parable of the sower described in the New Testament is a good example in this respect. So, thank you.